warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yovie Shafa Putri, and today I want to retelling you guys the novel that I already read. The title is The Red Badge of Courage by Stephen Craig. So this book tells war stories and also the explores the courage and fear of a young soldier. So, are you curious about this story? Don't worry, I'm going to explain you guys. So, the novel tells a young soldier. That name is Henry Fleming. So, Henry Fleming, since childhood, he always dreamed of an adventure on the battlefield, like these pictures. Uh, he wants to be a hero in a battlefield. And also, when the American Civil War broke out between the North America and the South America, Henry saw this as a opportunity. So he left his farm and joined the Northern Army and put on his new blue uniform with pride and excitement. However, his initial enthusiasm is quickly replaced by a harsh reality because a month spent in army camp, he only simply learning to march and shoot. It makes Henry bored and restless. The big question began to haunt his mind, like, will I run or fight in the battle? He compared himself to his comrades like Jim Conklin. So Jim Conklin is a tall soldier who seemed calm, and also Wilson or Tom Wilson, the loud soldier who was very enthusiastic in everything. So Henry met an enemy soldier he liked, making him feel sorry for the war. The fear of his first battle began, um, and he constantly wondered if he would be a coward or a hero. And the anticipated day arrived, or the first battle. Henry Regiment moved. In the first battle, Henry, who initially wanted to run, fought like a machine. Like he fired repeatedly and forgetting himself and only focused on protecting his country. When the enemy retreated, he felt very proud and believed he was a real soldier now. And however, pride shattered when the enemy attacked again. This time, and fear overcame him. Like seeing his comrades run one by one, Henry also dropped his rifle and fled the battlefield. In that time, he ran without seeing, only wanting to avoid danger. So he even convinced himself that he was doing the right thing, that the army needed him alive, like these pictures. Like he running away from the battlefield. And also during his fight, he encountered a line of wounded men, and he earned from a red badge of courage. It's like a wound to hide his shame. And then he met Jim Conklin, or the tall soldier again. And now he is dying with a terrible wound in his side. And Jim refused Henry's help. He even shouting like, "Leave me alone!" before finally dying. After that, he met the thin man who kept asking about his wound. Henry, having no wound, was deeply distressed and eventually left the thin man. And then guilt and fear enveloped Henry. He tried to return to his regiment, but he had no rival and was afraid of his comrades' questions. He even struck on the head by a panicking, so a panicking like a bloodied soldier. Fortunately, a friendly soldier helped him find his regiment again. There are the picture. So the picture is here. Like the kind soldier is help Henry to find his regiment. And there he reunited with Wilson or Tom. Henry lied about his injury, claiming that he was shot in the head. Wilson kindly cared for him. Like Wilson really cared, and there is a pictures for that, like this. Tom is bandaged Henry's head. It shows that he really kindly cared, and revealing how he had changed into calm and caring person. And then Henry realized that Wilson, who was once loud, had matured through the experience of war. And then came the final assault. Like the general called Henry Regiment cowboys and farm boys who were not good. Henry was very furious and determined to prove that them wrong. In the first battle, he and Wilson rushed forward, and then the flag bearer was shot. They both scrambled to take the flag, and Henry managed to snatch it. There's a picture for that moment, like this. Henry is taking the flag of enemy, and then he held the flag high, leading the charge, and they succeed in capturing the enemy's flag. After the battle, Henry and Wilson shook hands and smiled happily, proudly, and holding the two flags they had captured. And then they returned to camp with a sense of relief. Henry realized that he was still alive. He reflected on everything that had happened, like his moment of bravery, the praise from the officer who called him excellent soldier, and his dream of being a hero welcome home. And then after the everything, Henry felt a light rain wash away their weariness. He also found peace. He realized that he was brave sometimes and didn't die for fear. He looked at his comrades with different eyes, realizing they also had fear and were not perfect. In that moment of enlightenment, Henry Fleming knew he had become a man, and he could finally forgive himself, release his anger and bad dreams, and then see the beauty under around him and under the clear blue sky. Okay, thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm so sorry if there are any mistakes.